Hello, Sanford. You are watching the Coyotes Football Network. I am Jonathan Weston. Welcome to the Howler. As your Sanford College Coyotes folks are in a very, very interesting situation going into their final regular season game of the season and senior day. They are undefeated on the season. And when I say undefeated, I mean undefeated. No one has put a blemish on their record. It was a tight one last week against USF, a very scary situation. And if you're a Coyotes fan watching that game thinking the undefeated season may not make it. But the Coyotes remain unbeaten, and they are looking very good in some of their recruiting battles. One of the most specific ones talk about Terry Robinson and Chris Burley, two of really seemingly Coach Wolf's favorite prospects. But I want to take a second here and let's talk about senior day and how big this game this weekend is going to be for a lot of these young players. You have a ton of senior defenders on this Sanford team. Dustin Jordan and Sam Williams in the secondary, along with Pat Riley and Daniel Clemens. Your whole starting secondary, for the most part, are seniors. I mean, this team is going to see a lot of changes next season defensively. And a big thing going on was the hometown boys, Dylan and Sam Trevor, both from here in Sanford. They were ready for practice this week, and I got word from a unpronounced source that, from what I know, their brother is going to be in attendance. Of course, if you folks remember during the recruiting situation with Sanford and the Trevor trio, Sam and Dylan both committing, their eldest brother not committing, going to Ohio State, going to the bigger school, deciding to go away from home. He will be in attendance with the rest of the Trevor family for senior day, which is looking to be a very snowy game at that. And I actually was the one to break this news to Sam and Dylan Trevor, and it shocked me how emotional they got, Dylan especially. And with the season he has had, I'm not surprised. Arguably one of the top, if not the top, linebacker for Sanford this season. But it's great to see those guys that emotional for just their last regular season game. It's tough to really put it into perspective for a lot of these guys. From what I've been hearing, some even kind of spending a little more time in the locker room than normal, kind of, putting everything together that this is going to be their last regular season game in Sanford. And a win here is going to allow them to have one more game in Sanford. One more home game in the AAC championship game. If that happens, for some of these guys, I think that's going to make the championship game even more of a big deal. But enough talking about what could happen. Let's talk about this weekend's game against the Tulane Green Wave. This is not an easy matchup by any means. On paper, a lot of people look at it as Sanford pretty much having their way. They can do what they want when they want in this matchup. I don't see it that way. I think Tulane's a tougher school than a lot of people are giving credit. I look at this as being a game that could end up very close to what we saw last week in that 35-30 victory. This is not going to be an SMU situation, and I don't see it being a Navy situation or anything of the sort. This is going to be a tough ball game for the Coyotes. The Green Wave, no matter if they have a built roster or not, have key players at very certain positions that they have to keep an eye on. And if you remember last year that the Tulane Green Wave faced Sanford, of course, it was the quarterback that we all had our eyes on. This year, not so much. Now it's that running back. You remember Goff last year. He's having another very good season, and that running game is a big reason that Tulane is a huge threat. Eric Goff, The senior running back at 6'1", 205. Over 1,100 yards this season. This kid is a big threat, and I've got a feeling he'll see the ball going his way 30 to 40 times this weekend. And in what the conditions sound like they're going to be, I mean, it's going to be a running day, I would assume, for both teams. It may be Goff versus Baker in the backfield. On the defensive side, things for Tulane, they do have a big defensive tackle. He's a little undersized height-wise, but that size by muscle mass, I mean, that's what matters. Jonathan Miller, a big guy there at defensive tackle. And even though he's 5'11", he can bring the power. At middle linebacker, they have senior linebacker Chris Kelly. And this guy might be the heart and soul of that defense. He has led this team. 2 pass deflections from his linebacker spot, and also has recovered a fumble and blocked a kick. Keep that in mind. Joe Baker, though, for Sanford, is a guy we're going to have to keep our eyes on with the conditions as they sound like they're going to be. I already stated it could be Goff versus Baker in the battle of the running backs. If it does come to passing the football, look for Fink to look for a guy that he has trusted completely this year, and that is senior Patrick Jackson, who has had the best year of his career here at Sanford, and it's great to see that in his final year here. It's really hard to believe that he is a senior on this roster. Another guy who is playing his last regular season game in Sanford, Justin Moss, the big defensive tackle. Hasn't put up the big numbers that I think a lot of people expected, but he has had a very solid senior season, and it's going to be tough to watch him walk. And of course, I already spoke about the Trevor brothers and the emotions that were running over them this morning, or of course earlier this week before practice. And Dylan Trevor, a year to remember for him, and I would argue a year where we could see him definitely being a possible talent in the NFL. Dustin Jordan playing his final regular season game here at Sanford. He got that one pick that he needed not to have 2 years with none. We'll see if he can add another one to the year to really cap things off on a very good note to the regular season. Now, I talked a bit about what this game could mean for not only this senior class before the program, and I think for a lot of these seniors, this means even more. You have Pat Riley, Daniel Clemens. Clemens, a guy no one expected to kind of make the name he made for himself. You've got Pat Riley, who maybe hasn't lived up to the name on the back of his jersey as I believe some would look at it. His brother Mark Riley, a ball-hawking safety. Pat, much more of the box style, which I don't think a lot of coaches believed how he would play. Nonetheless, he is a very solid safety, just hasn't put up the numbers a lot of people would be that impressed with. You look at these guys who they haven't been the namesake of the team, but they have been there. They have made plays when called upon. And it's going to be, I think, one of the most emotional games this weekend with an undefeated season on the line and a possible chance at a national championship. Now, they will have the AAC championship game next week to deal with, but it's going to be really first mindset, I think, if they get a W this week, is going to be looking at that top 25 poll and seeing if they climb the ladder at all. Now, there has been a lot of talk about Sanford not being good enough, even with an undefeated record, to make the top 2 no matter what happens. I don't really believe too much of that from what I've been hearing. I don't believe a lot of it, but I could see where it could be looked at Sanford having a fluke season where they just got lucky. I could see a lot of people seeing it in that way. Now, I don't think these kids out on the field believe that. I don't believe these coaches believe that one bit. But I can definitely see where the media would look at this school that really hasn't proven itself a ton, but has proven that they can do something no one anticipated. As your Sanford College Coyotes will host the Tulane Green Wave in what looks to be a snowy affair this weekend. We will see you folks in just a couple days. Hello, Sanford. You are watching the Coyotes Football Network. I am Jonathan Weston. Welcome to Senior Day here in Sanford. It's time to hashtag defend the den. And the snow is falling fast and furious here in Maine, as it's falling just as much as I think the emotions are going wild for these seniors. The Jackson family is here. The Jordan family is here. Surprisingly, the Riley family is here. Former Sanford coach Mark Riley not in attendance because, of course, he is now the head coach at Boston College. He has other things to deal with. But apparently, from what I know, his family is here and has Skype up on their phone, letting him watch the game from their seats. It's a great feeling, as also the Trevor family here. These seniors are ready to pick up what is a huge win if they can get the job done. I don't think I've ever felt more emotion in that locker room before a game has begun. It's going to be a fun one here against the Green Wave of Tulane. And we are off here to begin the final game of the regular season as Bennett takes a knee in the end zone as the Green Wave will begin with this football. It's 1st and 10 for Tulane out of the gun, and they're going to start off on the wrong foot as it looks like a false start penalty here in the snow. Not a good way to begin this if you're Tulane. Arguably the worst start you can have, a mistake like that quickly. 1st and 15 now as the man in motion is the tight end, and Holly takes the snap and throws it, but too far out of bounds as he was feeling the pressure quickly there. 2nd and 15 now, Nick Holly in the shotgun. Goff to his right as it's a 4-receiver set. Holly to throw. Connects with Thompson, who fights through Sam Williams. And it is a 15-yard gain as Roy Thompson gets close but not enough for the first down, as they'll hand off to Goff quickly with the no huddle out of the shotgun. It's a 5-yard gain and a first down as Tulane gets their first of the day. A screen here on the no huddle on a new set of downs, and it's going to work for a gain of 6 for Bill Woods. So this offense for Tulane firing quickly with this no huddle offense. 2nd and 4, they go to the draw with Eric Goff, and right up the gut he goes. A gain of 7 and another first down for Tulane. It's hard to see, but they have entered Sanford territory. Holly taking off with his legs. He's a deadly threat on the run, and that's going to be enough for the first gain of 14. Tulane doing a lot of good work here on their first offensive drive. This Sanford defense has to find a way to make plays as Williams on the tunnel screen here. It's going to be a 4-yard reception. He's not going very far, at least, as it'll be 2nd and 6 coming up. Shotgun formation as Holly hands off to Goffin. Oh, big hit. That is Dylan Trevor. The senior's first tackle's an impressive one. 3rd and 9 here now as Tulane needs a big first, as that's Bennett on the reception, but he won't find the marker. A 5-yard gain as Matthew Fowler brings them down. 4th and 4, field goal, and it is up and good, as that will be a score here for the Green Wave of Tulane. As we got some updates for you, Oregon takes a victory over Oregon State 27-24. It was a tight one there in the Pac-12, and it was a fun one as Oregon comes out on top over the Beavers. Some other games to keep you guys in mind for: Ohio State over Michigan 38-35, and a number of other big victories as we head back to Sanford here. Sanford now on offense. Fink off the passing attack already. He dropped back from under center, fires 27 yards downfield. The seniors are making plays early and often, it looks like today. 27 yards for Pat Jackson. First and 10 out of the gun. Handoff goes to Joe Baker, and right up the gut he goes there, a gain of 5. He couldn't find the edge there on that one. So he takes it up the middle and at least grabs half of what they need. 2nd and 5 now. It's back to Baker on the ground, and it's only going to be a gain of around 3, maybe 3.5. I don't know what they're really going to call that, but nonetheless, it looks about 3rd and 1, maybe 2 situation. Pitch on 3rd down goes to Collins, and it's going to be a 9-yard gain for the optometrist, as they like to call him, enough for the first down. Sanford now rolling into Green Wave territory, and the play action ends in a 16-yard reception for Garrett Theory, as the freshman tight end has looked wonderful this year, has been a big target no matter who's under center. First and 10 here. Fink goes option, and he is beaten down quickly, as it's going to be a loss of 1. Justin Jordan on that tackle. 2nd and 11. Fink looking to throw, and he overshoots his intended target. Pat Jackson, arguably his favorite target. But that's going to bring up 3rd and long now. How can Sanford deal with this? The shotgun, they'll set up the screen. That's Joe Baker. A nice spin, but he's taken down 4 yards short of the marker. It'll be a gain of 7. Tulane does hold Sanford, but senior kicker Jackson Stone ties this ball game right up with a good field goal there. As Memphis has defeated Cincinnati in this update for you folks, as no matter what the final is now, Sanford will be headed to a championship. As Holly throws to Bill Woods here on Tulane's new offensive drive. We'll see if they can get anything going here as their no huddle begins again. Holly going downfield, but way overthrows his intended target, but a smart play to make sure no defender has a chance. 3rd and 7 now is Holly in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. They're setting up a screen of their own. That's Goff, but he's chased down. Matthew Fowler, the junior, making the big play on Goff, and that'll bring up 4th down. As the punt here from Tulane, that is Steven Supersonic Sullivan on the return. He was hurt earlier in the year as he fights off 2 defenders, gets into Tulane territory, and a nice 21-yard return. It's 1st and 10 now for Sanford's offense as they're back on the field. Fink looking to throw, and he finds Garrett Theory. The freshman picks up 13 off that reception, and another nice first down for the Coyotes. Gutierrez, the man in motion here on first, as that's going to Baker, and Joe Baker finds a gain of 7. Since Fink has taken over, they have gone back to a much more balanced style here and focused on that running game. As Tyrese Baker, the junior quarterback, runs for a loss of 3 as he wanted the option but just couldn't do anything with it. That is the senior linebacker, Chris Kelly, that brought him down on that one. 3rd and 7 now. Fink to throw to the end zone, and it's nearly picked off to end the first quarter. He wanted the junior, who may be playing his last regular season game with Sanford, Williams, unable to hit him, but it's all tied up at 3 apiece here at the end of the first. We'll be back with more here on the Coyotes Football Network. Welcome back, everyone, to the Coyotes Football Network as Sanford takes their first lead of the day off a Jackson Stone field goal. Number 2 on the day for him, as the senior has a phenomenal showing. 1st and 10 here for Tulane now as they're down by 3 for the first time today, and that's another throw to Bill Woods, very similar to the 3-yard catch he had earlier. 2nd and 7. Handoff goes to Eric Goff out of the gun, but he goes nowhere. Brought down quickly by Scott Boyd, who has had an excellent year at defensive end. So a great stop there for a loss of 3 as it's going to be 3rd and 10 here. Holly looks to throw. He'll connect with Bell, but he's brought down out of bounds. That's a 4-yard gain. Nowhere near the marker. Sanford takes back over, and it looks like good field position from what I'm seeing, as Baker can't go anywhere on that handoff. 2nd and 10, Tom Joseph, the senior running back, getting some playing time today as a 7-yard gain straight up the gut and a nice run to begin his day. 3rd and 2 now as Baker checks back in. Fink looks to throw. He's on the move as he avoids one would-be man, doesn't throw it, and goes down. A loss of 1 as that'll be a sack for James Campbell. A little surprised at how Fink decided to go with that play. He had some open men. I don't think he was that focused. I think he was pinpoint on Patrick Jackson. 1st and 10 now for Tulane as a great play there. I didn't get to see exactly who made it. I believe it might have been Daniel Clemens, but a phenomenal play to break that ball off. As 2nd down does not go the way Tulane was hoping, as a quick screen, I believe was the setup, falls incomplete. 3rd and 10, Holly needs a big 1st down, and he does get it. Brian Williams, an 18-yard connection. Great catch there. 1st and 10 here as Holly looks to throw again, and that was just great coverage and a great play by Roy Thompson. 17-yard catch as Darby was all over him. 1st and 10 here once again. 5 wide set as Holly looks to throw. Connects over the middle with Woods. It's a 5-yard gain and Tulane is driving. 2nd and 5 here. Still in that 5 wide set as Holly throws over the middle. It's Thompson. 1st down. Fowler brings him down. But Tulane is starting to wear out this defense. You can see it starting to kick in. The rotation needs to come in at some point, as Holly can't connect this time as it's a drop by his intended target. This at least allows for a quick change of the rotation. So some fresh bodies come in, and the sack here. Gordon Sutton, the young corner, picks up a big play. A loss of 5 on the sack by Sutton. What a time for a corner blitz. 3rd and 15. This Sanford defense, I think, now feeling it after the sack there, as Goff can't find much room on the screen as they made sure to keep him down. They didn't want another Raymond Byrd situation, as that was a gain of 6, and Tulane's going to have to attempt another long field goal. Kick is up, and it will be just short of the goal post. That's going to mean turnover on downs. It's Sanford football. 1st and 10 as Fink looks to throw. He'll go Baker's way, as that's going to be a gain of, I believe, 9, maybe 9.5. They're saying he's pretty much right at the marker. 2nd and inches. Fink hands off to Baker, and he's got the 1st down and more as he takes a shoulder there. A gain of 9 and a big 1st down. 1st and 10 out of the shotgun. Fink looks to throw. He'll roll out to his right, throws, and that's Baker. What a play. He set his feet real quick to Grant Fink and makes a very accurate throw. Hits Baker, puts him in some trouble, but he's able to hang on. As 1st and 10, Fink to throw, connects with Josh Williams. First time we're calling the junior's name today. He is the #1 receiver here at Sanford. It's a 10-yard gain and a big 1st down. As Collins gets the handoff, and he can't find any room. It'll be a loss of 1. 2nd and 11 now as Fink can't get that ball off in time. He goes down. A big sack there as Preston Sawyer gets the sack. It's going to be third and very long now. They can still get a first down, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're looking end zone here. As Fink looking for the bread and butter. He connects with Williams, and it's a first down. It's that bread and butter mesh pattern that this team loves so much. And it is a big first down for Josh Williams. First and goal now as Fink out of the full house. Rolling out a bit, but he tried over the middle. It was congested, and that is lucky it wasn't intercepted. Second and goal. Pitch goes out to Baker. Blocks are set, but Baker can't get enough as it's only going to be a gain of 2. Third and goal. This could be the last play of the half as they're going play action. Fink on the run. He's going to roll out. He dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Sanford. What a play by Grant Fink to extend to get that ball across the plane. That is a great play by the young quarterback. 7 seconds here before half as Eric Goff will just get the handoff. And it looks like Tulane taking a timeout. They're going to take one shot. Second and 4 seconds here before half. Holly looking to chuck it deep. He does so, and it's an interception. The senior strong safety, Daniel Clemens. And that's going to take us to the end of the half. Sanford on top of Tulane, 13-3. And the seniors, folks, we've been calling their name a lot today, especially on that defensive side of the ball. It's going to be a fun second half, and Sanford just needs to keep doing what they're doing and keep control of this ball game. They're up 13-3. We'll be back with more after this. Welcome back, everyone, to the Coyotes Football Network. We're here in Sanford as Tyrese Baker in the ball game, and the junior throws, and that's Pat Jackson. A 9-yard gain for the senior receiver. Second and 1 as Fink under center. He'll go play action here as he had an open target in theory, but the pressure got there just a bit too quick. Terrell Warren, the man on the sack, just dragging Fink down. It'll now be 3rd and 9. Shotgun formation here for Fink as he'll take the snap out of the shotgun, and in a very tight window, it's a 16-yard reception to Josh Williams. Great play by Fink. Has a new set of downs, and it's a new run to Joe Baker as he went around that left side, had plenty of room. A nice 8-yard run. It'll set up a very manageable 2nd and 2. Fink looking to throw. He'll check down to Baker as he fights through 1 tackle, 2, even 3. He fought for just 5 yards, but nonetheless a first down for Sanford. 1st and 10, now Tom Joseph checks in, and he'll gain 5 on his 2nd carry of the day. The senior at least seeing some amount of snaps. They wanted to make sure just about every senior, or if they could, every senior got some playing time, as Grant Fink on the run here is going to gain 3, and that's going to be a decent gain. It'll still set up a manageable 3rd down situation. 3rd and 2, they go with the zone read, and Baker finds the first down. It is going to be a first down off the option. Has a 4-yard gain there. 1st and 10 now for Fink as he checks back in and somehow connects with Williams. I don't know how that ball got to its intended target, but nonetheless, it's another first down. Fink looking to throw to the end zone. He chose to throw that one to Williams in very, very tight double coverage. That was a poor decision by Fink, and he was forcing it, and I think he knows that. It's a pick by Tulane, as now they're going to have a chance maybe to rebuttal here as that's Bell over the middle. 16-yard gain, and Tulane already getting some big gains here to begin this drive. 1st and 10 in the shotgun. Holly takes the snap. He's looking to take off now here as he's dragged down. That's Dylan Trevor with another tackle as he got him at the line. 2nd and 10 here as the no huddle continues for the Green Wave. It'll be a false start here off the no huddle. We've seen this plenty from teams this year. I don't know what it is, but it's really cost a lot of teams that Sanford has played. Their no huddle hasn't worked out as smoothly as they want it to. As Holly able to get the ball to Bell again. That's going to be a 10-yard gain and another nice pickup. 3rd and 5 here as the no huddle continues. Man in motion here. 3rd and 5. Holly over the middle, but great deflection. Dustin Jordan, what a play. 1st and 10 now for Sanford as they take back control of the football. It's a 5-yard gain for Joe Baker up the middle. He hasn't had the greatest day, but 4.9 per carry, nothing to sneeze about. As on 2nd down, they go right back to Baker. He'll find 4 on that run as he fought for every single yard there. 3rd and inches, Tom Joseph checks in, and they give it to the more power back, and he's got more than enough. That is a 12-yard gain and another big 1st down. Sanford playing good football here on offense. As 1st and 10 just past midfield. Fink going play action. Through the air, finds Theory, and it is another big 1st down, 25 yards from redshirt freshman to true freshman. A big connection there once again to the tight end, and he has been a huge asset for this Coyotes offense. 1st and 10 now in the full house as Fink looking to throw again over the middle, connects with Williams. And it is a big 21-yard gain. He nearly broke the plane, but they're going to say he's down at the 1. Nonetheless, another big play to Josh Williams on the season. That will take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. 13-3, but Sanford on the edge of adding another touchdown and taking a much bigger lead in this one. Your final quarter of play when we return here on the Coyotes Football Network. It's the 4th quarter, folks, and things just getting underway as they're going right back to the slant, and it works out. Sanford touchdown, 1-yard catch by Josh Williams as he now has 12 touchdowns on the year. A phenomenal year for Josh Williams, and there's been a lot of questions surrounding if he'll stay for his senior year. As we take you to an update here, LSU and Arkansas battling it out as it's 24-17. Razorbacks currently trailing the Tigers in their house. 1st and 10 here now for Tulane as we're back here in Sanford. Nick Holly connects with Eric Goff on the check down, and it'll be enough for the 1st down gain of 14. 1st and 10 now as Holly takes the snap again off the no huddle, and he can't find a lot of running room. He'll gain maybe a yard as he's brought down. 2nd and 9 as here comes this no huddle offense. Shotgun formation for the Green Wave as Holly takes the snap. He's looking to run again, and he's got room this time. 1st down as that's going to be a gain of around 14. 1st and 10, Holly hands off to Goff, and he runs right into Daniel Clemens. It'll be a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, Holly connects with Roy Thompson. 10-yard connection and another 1st down. They're down 17 points. The Green Wave has a long way to come back if they want to win. But Holly helping him every chance he gets as he fights through one defender and is able to get 3 yards there. 2nd and 7. as the man in motion is the tight end. Under center is Holly. Goff not in the backfield this time around, though, as a throw is too far out for its intended target. Out of bounds, 3rd and 7 coming up. Thompson, the man in motion here, is Holly. Connects with him over the middle, and he gets just enough for the first down. So it's 1st and 10, new set of downs after the Thompson reception. Holly gonna take off, and he's got room. 1st down and more, down to the 5. A 17-yard run as the Sanford defense starting to look a little bit winded here on this one. Holly to throw, and he just chucks it out of bounds through the goalpost as pressure was coming. 2nd and goal here now as Holly takes off, and that's a big hit laid out by Pat Riley. 3rd and goal as the no-huddle continues. Goff, though, stopped immediately. Dylan Trevor, can you talk about the senior anymore? 4th and goal. Holly to throw. Pressure was coming in, and it's dropped by Jones. Turnover on downs. It's Sanford football. The Sanford offense showing right back up on this field as a 1st down run here for Baker. As I gotta say, folks, I think all we're gonna see is really running the football here in this last 5.5 minutes. 1st and goal. They decide to go option, and Fink has room this time. It's a gain of 9 as he slides. 2nd and 1 here. Shotgun formation. Fink setting up a screen as Baker with enough for the first. He'll only gain 5, but nevertheless, new set of downs coming up for the Coyotes. 1st and 10. Tom Joseph gets the handoff. Good block set there by Jackson, and that is a 20-yard run. The senior is shining in his final regular season game. Congratulations, Tom Joseph. Great run there. 1st and 10. Play action here. Fink's looking to throw. And he's rolling out now. Going to take off with it. And out of bounds after a gain of 3. 2nd and 7. They go to Collins in that fullback spot as he tried to find room and reposition himself. But the spin didn't work out as well as he wanted. A loss of 2. Tackled by James Campbell in the backfield. 3rd and 8. Full house formation. Fink looking to throw here. Sets his feet. Connects with Tom Joseph. And he's got room. What a play. 40 yards. Very similar to the Baker throw. Very similar to the toss he had to Joe Baker earlier today. Just convenient it happens to both running backs. 1st and 10, 2.5 left to go in this ball game, and Sanford going to use every single second as the handoff goes to Joe, and he's going to pick up 4 on that run. 2nd and 6, Fink under center here, and Tom Joseph in the backfield. Giving him a lot of snaps here to end this ball game as the handoff goes to Joseph, and he's going to gain 3 on that carry. Well, 3rd and 2 here as a minute to go left in this one. Handoff goes Baker around that left side, and he gets enough for the first, but down at the 1. It's a 6-yard run, 1st and goal, but they'll just take the knees as it is game over. Grant Fink, your player of the game. But the seniors here at Sanford playing a very, very good game. I will say if I had to highlight one senior today, I'd have to go with either Pat Jackson or Dylan Trevor. A lot of great plays by Dylan Trevor today. Not only to get just short gains, but to make stops when needed. That 3rd and short, a big play at the goal line. But nonetheless, it's another senior day that Sanford is victorious with. Still undefeated on the season, still undefeated every senior day that comes around. 20-3 once again your final here at Sanford. As now next we look forward to an AAC championship game. We'll see you folks in championship week.